This is beautiful, man. This is you're touching me in a place, man, that's like wow. I mean,
Well, no one asks me those questions. I mean, that's such a rare question to be asked for me. I mean, if I never thought we'd talk about this.
well, you did mention that you have a semi high profile position in most media. You've been interviewed on radio and television numerous times.
500 plus, maybe 1,000 plus. I don't count anymore. I don't even watch myself anymore. I don't listen to myself. The,
You've written for various newspapers and been featured in other newspaper articles.
oh yeah, I've been featured. I mean, I'll be on Télé Québec on next week, I guess next Monday night, talking about saying another way of helping people. Come on, give them better French courses. Help them learn to live in this society. And I'm really strong about that. And it's just like another thing. And like I won't watch it. I mean, I even forget to tell people I'm on because it happens so often.
And despite all of this attention, you still have to deal with the problems like everybody else. I mean, you've mentioned your health as being an issue 4 times, having to face your own death.
Yeah.
If you feel comfortable with that, would you mind sharing a little bit of that? Or
Okay, sure. I had kidney problems since I was 22 or 23. Okay, so fine. My kidneys are about function like someone who's 80. I remember I said, gee whiz, I was at Concordia radio station at that time, 1985, and we did a kidney show, and I was a kidney guest. And then I said, geez, my kidneys are killing me. I went there. They did the test. I have to get the test results, and the doctor looks at me and he goes, you're coming into the hospital for an operation in 2 weeks. Looks at me, goes, put your affairs in order. And I went, what? He goes, put your affairs in order. And I said, you mean to tell me that you think there's a good likelihood I'm a dead man walking? And he goes, well, yeah. And I said, oh. And he explained why, and I went, okay. So I didn't cry. I went outside. I almost cried in front of Vic, and I said, what the hell? Then I went to a girlfriend's up north, drank, smoked dope, ate things, vomited my guts out, and then I didn't care. I said, whatever. And when I woke up after the operation, I looked around and said, hey, I'm alive. And that was it. And is that, I mean, and, you know, that's just one time that happened. I mean, I can tell you another time. The doctor came into the office and because of your kidneys, they show things that other people think are cancer. So they said, you've got cancer, you got to do this and this and this. And I said, cancer, that means what you're telling me is I'm dead because it's kidneys and everything. They said, yeah. And I said, okay, well, it's happened before, you know. So I was not pleasant. Didn't feel good. So I had to wait 2 weeks for the final results. And I got the results and I said, wait, these look like the other results. Hold on. And I went to my kidney specialist, and he looks at it and says, yeah, that's normally you. And I said, well, this guy told me that. And he blew up. Right in front of me, phoned up and said, what are you doing? Look at the goddamn file. This is his way his kidneys function. Don't tell him he's going to die, you idiot. And so for 2 weeks, I'm sitting there going, well, I'm dead again. You know, and so that puts it in perspective. And the third time it was like, yeah. And the fourth time I just said, give me a break. I got other stuff to do. Who cares? Because we never know from 1 second to the next what's going to happen. So that's another reason why I try to do something that is valuable right now at this moment. Another thing, because of all this stuff, I don't think of my life in 2 months. I know 1 month from now, like if you can imagine living this, I could be an invalid. 1 month, that's month to month I have to live with this. And at some point, you don't care. I'm going to do stuff. Don't bother me. And that's it.
Ted, thank you so much for sharing such personal information. I find it incredibly inspiring, and I hope that anybody listening right now is just as inspired. Thank you very much to Mr. Ted Wright. You really have such inspiring words, especially with everything that's happened to you and the fact that you're still trudging out there and still helping people, even though that you've had to give up a lot in the face of great adversity. I commend you on that. I absolutely applaud you. I would appreciate it if you would give some contact information for the Westmount Legal Clinic for anybody listening that may want to seek out your help.
Sure. The Westmount Legal Clinic is every Wednesday between 3:30 and 6:30, every Wednesday at the Westmount YMCA, 4585 Sherbrooke West. Every Wednesday, 3:30 to 6:30, Westmount YMCA. It's donation-based. If you want to contact us, Westmount Legal Clinic at hotmail.com. Westmount Legal Clinic at hotmail.com. Fax 514-277-8403. 514-277-8403 is our fax number.
You've been a great guest. We look forward to having you again in the future on this program. Compliments of Frank Talks, Pleasures and Lifestyles.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test, a man's guide to the emotional needs of women. Ladies, do you want the man in your life to understand you on your level? Do you want your man to be able to listen to and address all of your emotional needs? Show him how much you really want your relationship to be the best it can be. Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test makes a perfect gift. The book, written by a man, for men, is endorsed by every woman that reads it. This book is a guide for men to understand exactly what a woman means when she speaks. Is that worth changing your life forever? Buy this book at franktalks.com now.